Huh? What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Ogre Boy, and I'm going to be doing my review for the new movie, Hocus Pocus 2. So last night, me and my friend and my brother watched this movie, and it was a movie that we've all been somewhat looking forward to. Well, my brother's been more excited to see it than me and my friend. Me and my friend both kind of felt like Hocus Pocus 2 was pointless at this point, because the first one had a good enough ending, and this one was decent. This one, the black light candle gets a new black light candle gets lit, and the Sanderson sisters appear and are wreaking havoc on Halloween night, and it's up to three new teenagers to stop the sisters before midnight on Halloween. It's kind of more of the same, really. It's the sisters being crazy, and whenever they're on screen, they're a lot of fun to watch. Bette Midler, Kathy Najimy, and Sarah Jessica Parker just step right back into their roles like they never left them. They're excellent in here and everything, and they have a little cool flashback. We see a little bit of them as kids and stuff, which was really cool and shows their connection to this mayor and everything, and how they first became witches and stuff. That was kind of cool and everything. I'm not going to talk too much about this movie though, because I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't seen it and everything. But it has some pretty cool moments in here, and the cast are all really great in their roles. Once again, all the original cast anyway. The new cast are, they're alright. They're your typical Disney Channel characters. They're not anything super great, but they're not bad either. They are suitable enough for the movie. Would I've liked to have all of the original cast back? That would have been a lot better, but for what we got with this cast, I think the new cast are fine enough in their roles. They're not like terrible as bad, or as bad as some people are claiming they are, but they're just not super great either. But this movie is one of those movies that everybody and their dog has been wanting a sequel to Hocus Pocus ever since the 90s. I remember back when this movie came out, there were rumors of Hocus Pocus 2 for years and everything, and it never happened. And we finally get it, and I was going in really weary about it, because I was like, sequels that take this long are either hit and miss. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. This one worked just enough to be enjoyable. It's not a super great movie by any means. It's not on the same level as the first one, as fun as that one is, which the first one's not really a super great movie, it's just a really fun movie. And this one is still fun though, just not on the same level as the first one, but that's all the comparison I'm going to do to the first, because really I'm trying to do this as its own movie. It's hard not to compare it to the first one when it's been so long, and so highly anticipated and stuff, but it is its own movie, and for what they did with it, I think it was fun. It does have some bad CGI in there though. There's some really noticeable CGI that's really bad, and there's some really cringy lines and stuff, and the witches are a lot of fun though, but the witches back scene when they first appear, when they're singing and stuff, is awesome. I love that. I love when they sing that, and when they sang One Way or Another was awesome. I know a lot of people were hoping they'd sing I Put a Spell on You again, but I'm glad they went with One Way or Another, not only because I like that song a little bit better, but also because they would have just been repeating the first one even more if they would have just used that one. And this one does repeat a lot of the same beats from the first one. It's one of those type of Disney sequels, but at the same time, the familiarity is part of what saves this movie, so it doesn't really bother me. It does rely a lot on nostalgia, but it's entertaining. It's harmless. It's not really doing any damage to the original. It didn't ruin the ending of the original, really. And everything. I can just enjoy this for what it is and everything. I just felt like the way they brought them back was a little bit lazy. That them just saying that there was a new black flame candle and that's the easiest way to bring them back. It kind of felt lazy, and I wish I would have done more with that and everything. But aside from that, it's an entertaining enough movie and everything. It's one I'll watch every now and then. I probably won't watch it every time I watch the first one, but it's a good enough sequel that every now and then if I'm in the mood, I'll watch both of them and everything. It's not an instant classic or anything like that. It's just a fun time So I'd give Hocus Pocus 2 a 7 out of 10. It's enjoyable and everything, and I do see myself rewatching it and enjoying it even more as years go by. When I saw Hocus Pocus 1 the first time, I was kind of on this same level, not super loving it but didn't hate it. I was never like as on board with Hocus Pocus as everybody else was in the 90s and stuff. I've always enjoyed it, but I was more into other Halloween themed family movies. This was more of my brother's favorite, but I have always liked Hocus Pocus and never really hated it or anything like that. So us finally getting this sequel, I'm glad that we finally did get it. It could have been a lot worse. So for what it was enjoyable. It was a pretty decent time. Not the best movie of the year by any means, not even close, but it's not awful either. I've been hearing a lot of people say that they're kind of mixed on it. I feel like it's just alright, and that's all it really needed to be. It didn't need to be as good as the original. I didn't go in there expecting it to even be close to as good as the original. Going in with those expectations, you're gonna come out disappointed for sure. But so just go in there with lowered expectations, and you should enjoy this movie if you're a fan of the first one. But anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of Hocus Pocus 2, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.